What we're looking now on our work restraint lanyard, our adjustable lanyard, is some of the kind of finer tuning bits on it, the do's and don'ts. Depending on the device you've got, it may well have a handle, it might have a lever, it might have some kind of adjuster button like this has. One really important thing to make sure that we're aware of is that we've got some control over the other end, so that when I push the button, if I stumble and fall, I've still got control of this end, so I'm not letting it run free. Another key thing to bear in mind is that in work restraint, we're not leaning against the device. It shouldn't be under load. The weight, our body weight, should be on our feet going into the structure, and the restraining lanyard is there just in case we get it wrong, gust of wind, seagull flies up in our face from the edge, or something distracts us, we can't fall over the edge. We also need to give some consideration to the attachment points on the harnesses. We can use the front fall arrest point on the harness. We could also use the rear fall arrest point on the harness. If we're using the rear, we might have to, following the manufacturer's guidelines, extend the position using a short sling so we can reach it. And again, the idea of that is if we stumble, it gets taken out of our hands. The device then works hands-free and it locks. We need to be really careful if we're going to consider using the side attachment points for work restraint. Some harness and some attachment points are fixed in a front position, which might not allow it to sit in a good orientation. There's also the potential for getting it wrong, for misuse. Some harnesses have equipment loops which aren't rated for people, and it can be really quite easy to accidentally clip onto one of those to think you're in a secure position, and if everything went wrong, that load system, that breakaway gear loop might not hold your position. So what we tend to do is try and get people to operate using the front and the rear of the harness, and try and avoid using the side D-rings unless you risk assess it to a certain position and point where we understand that that's going to be the most appropriate and safest task for the job.